it's AJ, and it is our Something to Do Saturday Summer Edition. Ooh, say that 3 times fast. So our summer edition is that I am going to try and give you 10 tips or tricks in 10 minutes or less. So let's see how that goes. So our summer reading theme this week for Tales and Tales is nature. And so we're going to spruce up our outdoor plants and pots and get those ready for summer. So here we go. 10 tips or tricks. Let's see if I can do it in 10 minutes or less. Okay, so tip number 1. Usually I'll tell you that the tips go in random order, but not this one. Spray paint. This is fabulous. They make it in all kinds now. You can give stuff a metal look. Take those plastic pots, spray them with this, and it'll look like you got a fancy metal one. And they do. Stuff is even good for plastic now. Guess what? They make paint for glass, so you can repurpose practically anything. Spray paint, tip number 1. Tip number 2, if you're looking to elevate the look of your pots with more than just a little spray paint, how about some dollar store pots that you simply put together? You can either hot glue them or pop out the holes and bolt them together, and now you have a nice tall pot. Tip number 3, when you're dealing with lightweight or inexpensive, or as I like to say, cheap pots, worried about drilling the watering holes in the bottom, simply take a hot glue gun and melt the holes open. Also, if you're worried about the wind blowing them over because they're so lightweight, take your bottom pot and do the same thing. Melt 2 holes, one on each side. Run a piece of rope or string through it with the knot on the outside and the string underneath, and wrap the string underneath with brick. The pot will hide it and it will be weighted down. Thinking of seed starting but don't like the idea of transplanting, and you don't want to spend money on those biodegradable pots? Well, look no farther than your refrigerator for egg cartons. Cardboard egg cartons work wonderfully as seed starters. Simply separate them, put your dirt in there, start your seeds. When they're ready, you put them in the ground. Remember though, the carton has to be cardboard. Don't use the styrofoam ones. Oh, don't use the styrofoam ones for seed starting. I can tell you what to do with the styrofoam ones. Here's your next tip. I don't have any styrofoam egg cartons, but if you have styrofoam egg cartons at home, or even the plastic plant packs that your flowers come in if you buy them from the store, you can separate those and put them in the bottom of your pot. Your pots don't need to be filled all the way with dirt, and so you can save both money and effort by filling your bottom of your pot with filler rather than dirt. Styrofoam's not only good for filling the inside of the pot, you can use it to fill the outside of the pot too. When you first plant your flowers, things are a little scarce. You can actually take a cookie cutter, trace onto your styrofoam, cut it out, mount it to a popsicle stick, and you'll have good little plant picks to put inside there. You can use styrofoam that comes on the bottom of some fruits and vegetables. You can also use it from meat, but if you use it from the meat, make sure that you wash it really good and wash the surface in your hands after you've cut it. If your edges are a little rough, you can always take a sanding block or a little bit of sandpaper and just kind of sand around the edges. And if you don't have any styrofoam in your house, you can always go up to your meat counter at your local supermarket and ask. They might give you a tray or two at no charge. Okay, I know I already said spray paint, but this isn't just any spray paint. This is chalkboard paint in a spray paint can, which is awesome. You can buy it in a regular container, but the spray paint is so cool and so convenient. So take one of your boring plastic pots, tape some newspaper around the bottom edge, and go ahead and spray the top edge with some chalkboard paint, and hey, you got a built-in label. From anything to labeling your herbs to making your own little welcome message. And with some cool chalk pens from the dollar store, you can write any kind of fun message, such as welcome, or label what herbs you have in there, or maybe you have some other kind of message. So take a colored translucent page divider or folder. You can pick these up at the dollar store pretty cheap. Plastic bottle, one that's smooth. Cut the bottom off of it. Save the bottom. I'll show you what to do in a minute with that. And either take one of your cookie cutters, freehand it, or you can use our Cricut at the library, and cut yourself a little design. You're going to take a little bit of hot glue and glue that inside of the clear plastic bottle. Once you hot glue your design inside your bottle, you can take a solar light and either hot glue the top around it or a little bit of duct tape, and then when your light comes on at night, you will have a cool little design show up. So remember, I told you not to throw away the bottom of your bottle, because if you take a water bottle and you clip these thick in-between pieces out with a pair of scissors, a good pair of sturdy kitchen scissors works best, you actually have a cool little flower, and you can paint these even and hot glue a popsicle stick on there, and you have a cool little filler for a pot or flowers you don't have to water. A little paint, a little bead, and a little hot glue. We've got a flower. No water required. Got a pair of leaky rain boots, or maybe some old and broken kids' toys? It's time to think outside the pot when we think about potting flowers. This wagon with a broken wheel now serves as a nice flower box. And this metal watering can that's spout rusted away, it blooms all summer long. Don't have any nuts and bolts to secure your pots, or if you didn't get the holes to line up exactly right, you can always use zip ties. Just simply put them through the bottom of your first pot and then thread them through the bottom of the second pot. So how did we do? Did we get 10 tips in 10 minutes? I think so. I hope you enjoyed this video today. If you did, please like, comment, and share so that your friends could become our friends. Make sure you join me next week for another 10 tips in 10 minutes for our Something to Do Saturday Summer Edition. We're going to keep the kids entertained, so you won't want to miss that. Until next time, stay safe, stay well, and I will see you real soon.